Welcome to Danville, California, where the Crawdads are set to take on the Alameda Merchants after Walnut Creek won back-to-back games against the Stompers these past 2 days to secure first place in the CCL North, at least for now, as the Merchants come to town in a highly regarded matchup. Two teams that have floated at the top of the CCL North this season. I'm Casey Kasliner, joined alongside Charlie Limoncelli here on this Saturday afternoon. A picture-perfect day here in Danville. Not a cloud in the sky. A little bit of wind picking up, but the Crawdads are trying to win their third game in a row, and that's coming after a 4-game losing streak. But look at the standings right now. Crawdads with a .615 winning percentage. Merchants close in second, 609. And the Stompers, the team that Crawdads beat twice in a row, coming into today, 5-8-1. So a really close race at the top of the CCL North. But Charlie, it's a good matchup. We've seen these teams play before this year. The Merchants are obviously coming into today, coming off a win against the Legends. What do you see kind of happening today, and what do the Crawdads need to do to win?
Absolutely, Casey. This is a really vital matchup. The season series between these two teams, even at 2 apiece. For Walnut Creek, the important part is continuing to stay hot with the bats. They've been really great so far this week against Sonoma. They were even good against Menlo Park on Tuesday. They just need to continue that momentum, keep getting hits, and wear out the Alameda pitching staff, which, you know, is a pretty deep staff in and of itself. I think for both teams, pitching is also another huge factor. The Crawdads going with a little bit of a bullpen game today. They've got to limit as many runs as they possibly can.
Yeah, it'll be Brady Wilson on the bump for the Crawdads. Not a guy who pitches a whole lot, but he's a two-way guy, normally playing over at third and DHing occasionally. And then for Alameda, it's A.J. Gamboa, only making his second start of the year. So he'll face off against the Crawdads lineup that stays relatively similar to yesterday. DeFazio in the order, though, today, and a little bit of movement in the middle. Zach Justice again behind the dish. Crawdads won yesterday very nicely over the Sonoma Stompers in Sonoma. That was coming off. They had an off day and then beat them the day before that, 11-8. So it's certainly a situation where the Crawdads need to stay hot and ride the hot hand. We've seen them win plenty of games consecutively earlier in the year and then lose some games consecutively. But we'll have all the action here today. Again, high 70s, low 80s temps right now, at least in Danville. A place that can get hot, but the wind certainly a factor, can kill a lot of fly balls. But let's go over lineups. Crawdads with 5 lefties, 4 righties in the hitting order. Ryan Ellis will lead things off for the second game in a row, followed by Cam Calvillo, who's playing at DH. Ellis over at second. Donnelly in right field, hitting third. Jared Medham playing in center field, not his normal position, usually on the left side of the infield, hitting righty and hitting in the cleanup spot. John Ewens hitting fifth, playing first base. At sixth, Zach Justice in the squat for the second game in a row. Riley Leininger at the hot corner, hitting seventh. Nico DeFazio eighth, and at short. And to route things out, Casey Levitt McGee at the 9-hole and playing in left field. For the Merchants, they only have 3 lefties to 6 righties. Starts with Dominic Nahar, the leadoff righty hitter from Cal State East Bay. Cy Turner in the 2 spot, hitting lefty. Then Jackson Nystrom at DH, hitting third. Eden Tackless, right field, at the cleanup spot. At fifth, Brendan O'Sullivan, playing it short. Sixth, Riley Winchell, the catcher position. For their hot corner, Chase Ditmar at third base. Angelo Luna, eighth at first, and Jack Bollinger rounds things out, playing at left field. And we mentioned the pitching matchup. Crawdads looking to get a win here on the weekend. We'll be back with National Anthem starting in just a moment. Here in Danville, Crawdads looking to stay in first place against the Merchants. We're coming off a win against the Legends here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to Danville, set for some baseball here on Saturday. Crawdads in their black uniforms playing defense first at home against the Merchants, a team trying to fight for first place as an affiliate. A team that's had a really impressive season under TC Fairfield. Crawdads an impressive season trying to defend their CCL North title. For the Crawdads on the bump, it's Brady Wilson, a two-way guy, right-handed pitcher, wearing number 34. Currently holds a 7.15 ERA in 4 starts, 5 total appearances across 11 and a third innings. 12 hits allowed, 9 earned runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. And he holds a 1-1 record as he gets his warm-up pitches in now. The first 3 guys to come up this inning for the Merchants: Dominic Nahar, righty center fielder; Cy Turner, left-handed hitting second baseman; and then Jackson Nystrom, the DH, hitting righty. Merchants coming off a win against the Legends yesterday, a team the Crawdads have been not able to beat so far. So they have them in the back of their mind as warm-ups conclude, and we're set to begin here in Danville. It'll be Dominic Nahar to lead things off against Wilson, who concludes his warm-ups. Crawdads defense, outfield left to right: Levitt, McGee, Medham, Donnelly. Infield right to left: Ewins, Ellis, DeFazio, Leininger, Justice in the squat, and Calvillo playing DH. Brady Wilson on the hill as Dominic Nahar, the righty hitter, stands in. Mentioned playing center field today. Rising sophomore at Cal State East Bay. Swings at the first pitch he sees and lifts it out to right field. Donnelly chasing toward foul territory, makes the catch in the bullpen. First pitch of the day is a nice defensive effort from Joey Donnelly as he scales to his left and makes the catch.
Yeah, and the wind really blew that one into foul territory. Donnelly flashes the leather. He's such a stalwart out there in right field. Good play.
So 1 out in the top of the first, and that brings up the lefty hitter Cy Turner, one of 3 lefty hitters in the order today. Out of Memphis University, hit 162 with the Tigers in 2025. Lefty hitter takes a strike inside corner. Fastball 90 miles an hour from Wilson. Quickly 0-1. Wilson trying to lower his ERA in another start. The first offering on the second offering. Grounded softly over to short. Ellis can't pick it up cleanly. Throws to first, not in time. An error on Ryan Ellis as he bobbled the initial ground ball. It's the first base runner of the game here in the top of the first with 1 out.
Tough play on the run for Ryan Ellis there. Usually a very clean defender at second base.
So Wilson will go to the stretch with 1 out in the top of the first. Cy Turner over at first base. He has 12 stolen bases on the year. Could be a threat to go. Jackson Nystrom, the DH, hitting righty, digs in. First offering to him is blooped out to shallow right field. It's going to drop in right field for a base hit. Runner will hold up at second as Nystrom cruises into first. First and second with only 1 out in the top of the first.
Merchants hitters attacking early in counts here against Wilson in this first inning of work. Looks like they like what they're seeing so far against the righty.
So Nystrom on first, Turner on second after the single. Only 1 out in the top of the first as the righty Brady Wilson tries to get out of a little bit of a funk here. Facing off against Aiden Tackless, the right fielder. Hitting lefty. First offering to him, in there for a strike. Fastball 90 miles an hour again on the dot. 0-1. Tackless from San Francisco actually went to high school with Casey Levitt McGee of the Crawdads at Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep. So he waits on an 0-1 count. Second offering in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 after the breaking ball 76 miles an hour in the heart of the zone. Already a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Merchants. A game that will likely see both teams use the bullpen quite a bit. So Wilson peers at second, now home. The 0-2 pitch fouled off to the left side, out of play. Count still 0-2. 1 out in the top of the first, 2 on. Tackless out of Sacred Heart Cathedral, originally went to College of San Mateo. Hit 370 there in 2 years. Then went to Manhattan College up in New York. The 0-2. Fastball runs inside, high and tight. 1-2. So it's 1-2 on Tackless, guy we haven't seen play against the Crawdads yet. Guy who's only played in 6 games so far this season. Made his debut earlier this month. Both runners go. The 1-2 pitch outside. The throw to third. Got him. A good throw from Zach Justice, and they're going to maybe check on this as TC Fairfield, head coach of the Merchants, steps out of the dugout. He doesn't agree with the call.
Well, frankly, that was a fantastic throw from Zach Justice. Good tag from Leininger at third. In my opinion, no question, he's out.
So the runner goes back to the dugout, called out at Cy Turner. Now there's 2 outs. Nystrom did take second. So he's at second base with 2 outs in the top of the first. Wilson looks over. Now a 2-2 count at the plate. Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. Tackless down on strikes. Crawdads give up a hit and allow an error, but that's all. No score in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning, 0-0. Welcome back to Danville. Crawdads and Merchants scoreless as we begin the bottom of the first. AJ Gamboa will make his second start of the year for the Merchants. Guy trying to quiet down a Crawdads offense that has put up 19 runs their last 2 games. Gamboa making his second start, holding a 3.68 ERA in 5 total appearances, 7 1/3 total innings. He's allowed 5 walks, he struck out 7, and he's given up 8 total hits. So he'll face 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the first. Ryan Ellis, Cam Calvillo, Joey Donnelly. Some really big mashers in this Crawdads order that remains largely the same from yesterday to today. A few minor tweaks, especially defensively. Crawdads trying to make it 3 wins in a row after hitting the skids a bit, losing 4 straight league games, 5 straight games total. The right-hander Gamboa finishes his final warm-ups, and the warm-ups thrown in. Set to begin the bottom of the first, as Ryan Ellis will stand in first. He's playing second base today, one of 5 lefty hitters in the order for the Crawdads. Ellis yesterday 0 for 3, did get on base via the walk. He scored one of the Crawdads' 8 runs. So Ellis trying to get his first hit in 3 games. Hitting .211 on the year, but does have a .400 on base percentage. He's taking advantage of the free passes, but he wants to see those hits trickle in. Lefty hitter digs in against Gamboa. Toes the rubber for the first time. Scaling that first base side of it. Now he agrees to the sign, winds and fires the first pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, 85 miles an hour on the outside corner. 0-1 to Ryan Ellis. Started out as a St. Mary's Gale. Played most recently at UT Arlington, now in the transfer portal. The 0-1, fastball fouled off to the left side softly. Quickly 0-2 on Ellis. Who has 1 home run on the year, was a grand slam in San Bruno against the Seagulls. Has 4 total extra base hits on the year. He's at second base today, position we've seen him play often when he's been healthy. Gamboa shakes off one sign, agrees to another. Here's the 0-2. Fastball high and away. 1-2 on Ellis. Ellis, a guy who is no stranger to the Crawdads program. 3rd year with the team, also playing the Northwoods League. So a veteran on this young team. Now the 1-2. Another pitch away. 78-mile-an-hour breaking ball. 2-2 as Ellis takes. Hitting .211 on the year. Mentioned OPS not horrible though, in the low 700s. 2-2 on him. Gamboa trying to get a first out of the game. Here at the bottom of the first. The 2-2. That one slapped into the right center gap, down for a base hit. Cut off by Nahar in center. as Ellis chugs into first, takes a little turn, and he's on with nobody out.
Fantastic piece of hitting from Ryan Ellis. We know that's what he's capable of at his peak, slapping base hits into the outfield. Does a nice job just barreling it, letting the rest take care of itself.
So Ellis on first with nobody out in the bottom of the first, and that brings up Cam Calvillo. Got on base 3 times yesterday, including a double. It was his 3rd multi-hit game of the year. As the righty hitter digs in. Ellis over at first. He does have some speed over there as he takes a medium lead. Gamboa waits. Now fires home from the stretch. Pitch low and away. 73-mile-an-hour breaking ball. 1-0 to Calvillo. Another veteran on this Crawdads team. 4th year with the team. Played most recently at Cal State Northridge after transferring out of Gonzaga. The 1-0 to Calvillo. Swing and a miss. 84-mile-an-hour heater low in the zone. Calvillo whiffs. 1-1. Ellis over at first. Crawdads trying to get some early production like they had yesterday. They put up 2 in the first inning against Sonoma. Nobody out. Ellis at first, the 1-1. Calvillo takes a strike on the outside corner. 85-mile-an-hour heater on the outside edge. 1-2 to Calvillo. Mentioned the 2 hits yesterday. He's following a string of mixed results, but he's hitting .256 on the year. Was a late addition to this roster. They're coming home from school. Check on Ellis as Gamboa throws to first. Ryan's back in safely. Crawdads put up 8 total runs yesterday. Won that game with relative ease over the Stompers thanks to some good pitching and timely hitting. The 1-2. Calvillo slaps it the other way into right field for a base hit. Right in between first and second. Ellis stop sign at second base. And it's first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the first.
Great defensive hitting with 2 strikes for Cam Calvillo. Just takes one on the ground the other way. Got jammed a little bit, but able to slice it a smidge. Gets it through.
So back-to-back singles here in the bottom of the first to start the inning. And that brings up 3-hole Joey Donnelly. The lefty hitter has the highest average in the CCL. Hitting .410 right now. As a quick talk between catcher Winchell and Gamboa on the mound. Joey Donnelly leads the Crawdads in hits with 32, has hits in 16 of 21 games. Has that, of course, that OPS over 1,000 that he's carried for almost the entire season. Also hitting over 400 for most of the season as well. He's on a 3-game hit streak, a 5-game on-base streak, trying to extend that here with men on first and second. Nobody out in the bottom of the first. Donnelly, bright blue batting gloves. Gamboa is offering from the stretch. A little bit low. Heater low in the zone. 1-0. Donnelly recently transferred to Fordham, played locally at Cal. Said he wants to explore the East Coast, and playing up in New York is the place to do it. Gamboa disagrees with one of the signs, now finally agrees and comes set at the belt. 1-0 count on Donnelly. Here it comes. Looping breaking ball low. 2-0 quickly on Joey Donnelly, who for a guy who swings the bat a whole lot also has a pretty good eye. 13 walks on the year, only 12 strikeouts. Quickly a hitter's count on him, 2-0. Calvillo at first, Ellis on second. Nobody out in the bottom of the first. Donnelly slaps it foul over to the right side. 2-1. Jared Medham on deck. John Ewan's in the hole. Merchants coming off a win against the Legends, but they've had mixed results their past 10 games or so. There's a bit of a logjam at the top of the CCL North. Matter of which team is going to take that extra step. 2-1 on Donnelly, 2 on, nobody out. Here comes the pitch. That one hit, Taylor made over to second. Turner picks it up, flips to second for 1, back over to first, not in time. They get the force at second base. Ellis moves to third, and it's runners on the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the first.
Tough protect swing there from Donnelly. Grounds it over towards second base. Turner, a nice flip, but he gave Donnelly credit for hustling down the line and making it a fielder's choice instead of a double play.
Look, Taylor made off the bat as that brings up Jared Medham, playing in center field today, a position we haven't seen him in. Normally the Crawdads shortstop. They do have a lot of players who can play on the left side of the infield. Jared Medham, righty hitter, had 3 hits yesterday and 4 RBIs. So it was half of the Crawdads' total runs driven in. First offering in there for a strike. Breaking ball outside corner, 0-1. Infield, double play depth. Rolling a pair would end the inning and get Gamboa out of the jam. So there's runners on the corners here in the bottom of the first. 0-1 on Medham. His blue arm sleeves. Runner goes to second. Donnelly will get in there without a throw. Wisely, no chance from Winchell to gun him down. Didn't want to risk Ellis coming around to score. So it's a stolen base for Joey Donnelly.
His 5th on the year. Nice send from third base coach and head coach Brant Cummings.
So it's Ellis on third, Donnelly on second, 1 away, and a 1-1 count at the dish to the righty hitter Medham. Gamboa trying to avoid the trouble. He deals. Breaking ball gets away from him over the head of Medham, taken for a ball, 2-1. Medham's RBIs yesterday had 4 of them, were his first RBIs since June 21st. And it was his first multi-hit game since June 13th. He was struggling coming into that game, but trying to prove why he has the ability to be one of the best players on the Crawdads. Gamboa set at the belt. Now he fires the 2-1. Fastball low, taken by Medham, 3-1. Crawdads putting a lot of pressure on Gamboa right now. Medham with 17 RBIs on the year after the 4 yesterday, hitting .269. Yesterday was a big outing for him to get off the schneid. The 3-1. Fastball taken low, ball 4. So Medham is aboard. That's the first walk dished out by Gamboa, and that loads the bases for John Ewens with 1 out in the bottom of the first.
Not the guy you want up now, John Ewens. 3 straight games with at least 1 double. Guy who's really flashed the power of late.
TC Fairfield, head coach for the Merchants, is making his way to the mound along with the infielders. Nobody warming up in the bullpen, so likely just a quick conversation with his right-hander. Gamboa coming into this game with a pretty solid 3.69 ERA. Wants to avoid a big onslaught here. As the Crawdads, with the bases loaded, still only 1 out in the bottom of the first. Ewens is next, then Zach Justice would follow, assuming Ewens counts for 1 or fewer outs in his at-bat. Like you mentioned, Ewens, not the guy you want to have up if you're a Merchants pitcher right now. Bases loaded, bottom of the first inning, still scoreless. Ewens' second highest average in the CCL North, hitting .375. Leads the team in RBIs with 22. Also on a 13-game hitting streak. Streak going back to just game number 9 of the year. Ewens, the lefty hitter, digs in against the righty. The first offering to him, breaking ball drapes in for a strike, 0-1. Ewens has hits in 18 of the 22 games he's played in this year. And his average hasn't been below 300 since the 2nd game of the year. Really been consistent for the Crawdads. The 0-1, Gamboa fires another strike. Breaking ball in the outside corner, 73 miles an hour. Quickly in control against Ewens, 0-2. Medham at first, Donnelly at second, Ellis at third. 1 out in the bottom of the first, still scoreless. Ewens needing to protect. The 0-2 pitch from Gamboa, hit high up in the air, shallow left field. Bollinger chasing in foul territory, makes the catch. Nobody's gonna tag. And so a good play by the left fielder Bollinger to track it down in foul territory, and there's 2 away.
Absolutely, great play from Bollinger. Ewens just got well under it. Good sequencing though from Gamboa. Goes off speed, outside, and forces Ewens to protect the outer part of the plate and gives him a pitch that's really tough to drive.
So that brings up the 6th hitter of the bottom of the first. That's Zach Justice, righty hitting catcher. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. Justice with his white arm sleeve, white batting gloves as well. First offering to him. Fastball in there for a strike, heart of the plate. 0-1 on Justice. Committed to San Diego State a little over a week ago. Struggled with the Crawdads recently, hitting .150. He's hitless in his last 2 games. Trying to create some production here in the middle of the order. 0-1 on Justice. Gamboa fires. And this one's lifted out to right field in the ballpark for Tackless. He's going to go up and make the catch. The Crawdads strand the bases loaded. Good work from Gamboa to get out of the inning. We'll go to the top of the second. Scoreless in Danville. Welcome back to Danville. Scoreless as we begin the top of the second inning. Crawdads playing defense after leaving the bases loaded last half inning. Brady Wilson, the right-hander, still on the hill for the Crawdads. He'll face 5, 6, 7, starting with Brendan O'Sullivan, the shortstop. Righty hitter hasn't seen much time this season with the Merchants. That's because he made his debut yesterday. Recently joined the organization. Went 0 for 4 in his debut. The first offering to him in there for a strike. 76-mile-an-hour breaking ball in the inside corner. 0-1. Sullivan plays over at UNLV, originally from Pleasanton. Second offering, swing and a miss. Waved at the low and away breaking ball, and it's quickly 0-2 on O'Sullivan. Started out at San Joaquin Delta College in the JUCO ranks. He's played the last 2 years at UNLV, where he's a career .273 hitter. From the windup, the 0-2 from Wilson. Drifted out to right field. Donnelly puts the glove up on the line drive and makes the catch. The first out of the top of the second. So that'll bring up Riley Winchell. 6 hitter in the order. Another righty bat for the Merchants. Hitting .237 on the year. Has hits in 4 of the last 5 games. With 1 out, the first offering to him is popped up right side of the infield. Ewan's the first baseman in foul territory, makes the catch. Quickly 2 away in the top of the second. So quickly 2 away is Brady Wilson doing a good job here to start the top of the second. That'll bring up the hot corner, Chase Ditmar, another righty hitter in the order. He's 1 for his last 13 coming into today. He struggled quite a bit, hitting 186 back under the Mendoza line. 2 outs here on a beautiful day in Danville. Wilson winds and fires. Fastball, hard of the plate, called for a strike. 89 on the dot. 0-1. Ditmar, another UNLV guy, originally from Las Vegas as well. But he is in the transfer portal. The 0-1 pitch, fastball low and away, taken for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ditmar spent 3 years with the Rebels, career .263 hitter. Native of the desert. The 1-1 is hit out to shallow right field. Donnelly camping under it, takes a step to his right and makes the catch. So Brady Wilson retires the side in order in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning. Crawdads and Merchants looking for their first runs of the game. Welcome back to Monte Vista. Crawdads and Merchants still scoreless as we begin the bottom of the second inning. AJ Gamboa, the right-hander, still on the hill for the Merchants. He did a pretty good job getting out of a jam, leaving the bases loaded last inning, but there is some action in the Merchants bullpen, something to keep an eye on. Riley Leininger digs in for the first time. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for the Crawdads. Leininger hitting lefty, was a home run shy of the cycle his last appearance. Did not play yesterday, but the triple and the double he got 2 games ago were his first 2 extra base hits of the year. So he digs in on the left side. The first offering to him from Gamboa, taken outside, fastball in the opposite batter's box, 1-0. Leininger in the transfer portal out of Oklahoma, one of just a few Crawdads still searching for a new college. Seen a lot of recent commitments for Walnut Creek. The 1-0, fastball outside corner, just misses the zone. 2-0 on Leininger. Has hits in back-to-back games. Mentioned the 3-hit performance that brought his average up to 236. OPS now at 674. Quickly a hitter's count, the 2-0 from Gamboa. In there for a strike, outside corner, 86 miles an hour heater, and it's 2-1. DeFazio and Levitt McGee will also hit this inning. The Crawdads were able to put up 6 runners to the plate last inning, but no runs came across. The 2-1 from Gamboa, he winds and fires a breaking ball high and away. 3-1 on Leininger, who has a really good eye toward the top of the Crawdads ranks in terms of walks. 17 of those on the year, only 11 strikeouts. Just trying to consistently get the bat to the ball. Did so his last appearance. Gamboa agrees to the sign. The 3-1 to Leininger. Swing and a miss. Waves at the heater, heart of the zone, 86 miles an hour, and the count runs full. Leininger back at third base, where Cam Calvillo played yesterday. Calvillo moves to DH today. It's a corresponding move. Gamboa takes a breath, now at the belt. He rocks the baby, and the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. A close fastball, 88 miles an hour. Some of the higher velocity we've seen from Gamboa. But it's a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the second for Walnut Creek.
And I like that sequencing from Gamboa. Is down 3-2, or down in the count 3-1, then goes nice outside fastball, goes there again, just misses.
So that brings up Nico DeFazio, the shortstop, back in the lineup. Played 2 games ago, but not last game. So he digs in on the right side. Righty on righty matchup against Gamboa, with Leininger over at first. Nobody out in the bottom of the second. First pitch to DeFazio, fouled over the screen and out of play, 0-1. DeFazio, a Houston Christian commit. Spent time at 2 different colleges so far, Chabot College and University of the Pacific. A wait on an 0-1 count as Gamboa goes back to the stretch. Leininger with a medium lead over at first as a throw over there. And Leininger dives back in safely. DeFazio has been efficient this year for the Crawdads. He's hitting .263, has hits in 5 of the 6 games he's played in this year. The 0-1, the runner immediately took off, but Leininger back over to first as he only went halfway. Pitch is called a ball, 1-1 on the shortstop DeFazio. From Oakland, California originally, played in a few different summer ball leagues, but in his second year with the Crawdads. The 1-1, fastball in there for a strike, inside corner that time, 85 miles an hour. 1-2 on DeFazio. Played with the Rochester Honkers, the Delray Beach Lightning. He's kind of played everywhere. Still trying to earn some reps before he goes back to a D1 program in Houston Christian. Levitt McGee on deck. Leininger over at first. 1-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the second. Gamboa fires. Swing and a miss. Got him to go on the outside heater. 86 miles an hour. And that's Gamboa's first K of the day.
Once again, great pitch sequencing from AJ Gamboa. Gets a couple nice bites, and then the punch out finally. Something he's been searching for all day.
So 1 out in the bottom of the second. Leininger over at first. That brings up the 9-hole hitter, Casey Levitt McGee. He's been up and down recently. He does lead the Crawdads with 19 walks on the year, but he's hitting .175. Hasn't had a hit since July 2nd in the loss to the Legends. So he digs in on the left side with Leininger over at first. Infield looking to turn a double play here and get out of the inning. Gamboa at the belt. fires from the stretch as it's fouled straight into the dirt and out of play. 0-1 on Levitt McGee. Originally from San Francisco. Mentioned that he knows some of the guys on this Merchants team. Played with the Merchants last year, along with pitching coach currently for the Crawdads, Dustin Cheney, who coached over there last year. Levitt McGee was actually named to the CCL Showcase game that's coming up this year, coming week. 0-1 on Levitt McGee with 1 out. The 0-1, half swing down the first base line, picked up by Luna, and he flips over to first for the out. Leininger will get to second, and there's 2 outs. So a bit of a hesitation swing from Levitt McGee, but it moves Leininger to second, and the lineup will flip over to Ryan Ellis, who singled to start the game back in the first. So he's 1 for 1. Lefty hitter trying to increase his production at the top of the order. Was productive yesterday. Got on base in each of his first 2 at-bats yesterday as well. So trying to do the same here. Leininger over at second with a medium lead. Gamboa staring in for the call. Ellis with a solid wood bat. First offering to him, in there for a strike. Heater hard to the plate, 86 miles an hour, and it's quickly 0-1. Likely a bullpen game for both teams. Already some action on the Merchants side. Nobody up and warming yet for the Crawdads. Gamboa set at the belt, looking over at Leininger. Now the 0-1. This one's hit the opposite way out to left field. It's going to go foul. Quickly 0-2. Crawdads would like to get a win today, increase the winning streak and the momentum after taking a short 2-game sweep over the Stompers. Ellis digs back in after taking a practice swing. Gamboa signaling to his catcher. Quickly an 0-2 count on Ellis. Trying to protect the plate with Leininger over at second and 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. The 0-2 in the dirt. Blocked by Winchell. 1-2. Ellis, a native of Arizona, one of a few Crawdads from State 48. He deals another practice swing and comes ready. 1-2 on him. Leininger at second. Gamboa's pitch in the dirt again. Misses on the low breaking ball, 78 miles an hour. Even count, 2-2. Ellis trying to deliver here in the clutch. Crawdads want that early production. Struggled to get it earlier in the year. They've gotten it these past couple games. Gamboa ready again. Looking over at second. Now the 2-2 pitch to Ellis. High and away fastball taken for ball 3. And Ryan Ellis fighting back pretty well. It's a full count.
Absolutely, Casey. He's just such a patient hitter. Won't swing at anything that really isn't in the zone, and Gamboa struggling to command.
So a full count on Ellis. Gamboa trying to avoid giving up a walk. Just wants to get out of the inning after retiring DeFazio and Levitt McGee. Leininger at second. The payoff pitch home. Fastball away, not close, ball 4. So Ellis takes a walk. He's on base now for the second time. And it's runners at first and second with 2 outs. So in the bottom of the second, that'll bring up Cam Calvillo. Runners on first and second. We mentioned 2 outs. Calvillo 1 for 1. Singled back in the first inning, an inning where the Crawdads had the bases loaded, could not bring any runs around to score. If Calvillo can get on, Joey Donnelly would be next. Calvillo digs in on the right side, hitting at the DH spot today. First offering to him, floats in for a strike. 73-mile-an-hour breaking ball in the outside corner. It's 0-1. Calvillo out of Castro Valley originally, not too far from here. He's played all up and down the West Coast, high as Spokane. The 0-1, hit the other way, foul. Quickly 0-2 on Calvillo. He turned 22 years old when he made his season debut for the Crawdads back on June 17th. He's had a pretty consistent year so far. Had to compete for playing time as the Crawdads have a stacked left side of the infield. The 0-2. Hit the other way again. Popped on the right side and out of play, foul. So do 0-2 again as Calvillo protects. Calvillo also played for the Head First Baseball Academy, a team the Crawdads played in an exhibition game to start the year. Didn't actually suit up at Gonzaga, but had a really good year this past year at CSUN, hitting .304 with the Matadors. Runners on first and second, 2 out. 0-2 on Calvillo, needs to protect here with 2 outs. Gamboa comes set at the belt, looks in for the sign, now the 0-2. This one's roped out to left center field. Long run for Nahar. He's going to get there to make the catch on the run. So the Crawdads leave 2 on. They've now left on 5 base runners through 2 innings. We'll go to the top of the 3rd. Scoreless between the Merchants and Walnut Creek. Welcome back to Danville. Crawdads and Merchants scoreless. Seen a lot of traffic on the base pass for Walnut Creek, but they haven't been able to score. So we start the top of the 3rd inning. Brady Wilson trying to get through his 3rd inning of work. He's only allowed 1 hit so far. So that'll bring up Angelo Luna in the 8th spot. Guy we've seen move down the order after some struggles. The 8-9-1 in this inning. The Merchants try to break open this game. Mentioned they have 1 hit so far. Luna hitting .231 on the year. Hitting out of the left side against the righty Wilson. First offering, high fastball taken for a ball, 1-0. Luna hitless in his last 2 games. Had 2 hits against the Legends on July 8th. In an 11-9 win. The 1-0. Fastball hit straight up the middle into the glove of the pitcher Wilson. He'll take some steps toward first and flip underhand for the first out.
Great play from Wilson on the hill. His delivery naturally led him to come pretty ready on the bump. Hits one right back to him and able to take care of it.
So 1 out in the top of the 3rd. That brings up the 9-hole hitter Jack Bullinger, who's fighting for playing time. Has also had a pretty winding journey at the collegiate level. So he hits out of the left side against the righty Wilson. Bullinger in the grad portal. Originally started at Sacramento State. First offering to him in there for a strike. 91-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner for 0-1. Bullinger started his collegiate career very well, all-WAC tournament as a freshman with Sacramento State. The 0-1, fastball again, hit off to the left side, out of play. 0-2. Bullinger most recently at Westmont College, the D2 level. His career .306 hitter there. And his head coach once said he thinks he can make the majors. The 0-2, fastball high and away, close pitch, but it's 1-2. Head coach over there said he has the arm strength, the foot speed, and the bat speed to play at the pro level. But he said the reduction in rounds makes it hard for players like him to make it. The 1-2 fouled straight back to the screen. Count stays at 1-2. Bullinger in his 4th year in summer ball, first year with the Merchants. hitting 167 in only 6 games. He's at 18 at-bats. The 1-2, Wilson from the windup. Breaking ball high and away. Taken for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson's done a good job for the Crawdads. Coming in today with a higher ERA, but trying to work it lower as the Crawdads make a convincing playoff push. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to wave at the low pitch. Wilson picks it up. Justice picks it up, throws to first on the drop third strike. And there's 2 away in the top of the 3rd. It's now 2 Ks for Brady Wilson. Does he look good so far?
Absolutely. He's really commanding the ball extremely well, Casey. Locating pitches, and the stuff has got nice deception and movement. The fastball pairing really nicely with the off speed.
So the lineup flips over for the first time today for Alameda. As Dominic Nahar digs in. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Righty hitter takes a strike. 78-mile-an-hour breaking ball over the heart of the plate. 0-1. Nahar, one of the better players in the league, will likely be selected as an all-star. The 0-1 hit the other way down the first base line. Ewens picks it up on the run and steps on the bag himself for out number 3. Still no runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. Crawdads trying to do some damage. We come back on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to Danville. A.J. Gamboa still on the hill. Start the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be 3-4-5 for the Crawdads in this scoreless ball game. Walnut Creek trying to break things open. Scored early yesterday. Didn't score much down the stretch. Joey Donnelly digs in. He hit into a fielder's choice back in the 1st. He also stole a base. It'll be him, Menem, and Ewens here in the bottom of the 3rd. Donnelly, one of the biggest boppers in all the CCL. Looking for some more home run hitting power. First offering to him, breaking ball loops in for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Donnelly spent last year with the Arroyo Seco Saints, but said, I want to come back to the Crawdads, where he originally started in CCL. Now he's back with the program, and he looks very good. The 0-1, outside corner in there for a strike. 74-mile-an-hour breaking ball. 0-2. Donnelly now needing to protect the plate, but a good hitter with 2 strikes typically. Has some baby blue batting gloves. Would fit well if he was on the Merchants. The 0-2, fastball outside corner taken for a ball. Close pitch from Gamboa, not a bad idea. It's 1-2.
No, not at all. He's been locating with the breaking ball really well on the outer 3rd. Tried the fastball, just missed. Something he's done a lot against these lefties for Walnut Creek, actually.
Quickly 1-2. Gamboa winds and fires as it's hit the other way, out of play and foul. Do 1-2 again on Donnelly. Went to De La Salle High School, actually a rival of Monte Vista, where the Crawdads play their games. Donnelly likely very familiar with this field after playing here for years. The 1-2, fastball outside, opposite batter's box. Count even at 2-2. Donnelly took some games off to go tour Fordham on the East Coast. Can only imagine what his stats would look like if he had stuck around, but nonetheless, still one of the best hitters we've seen. 2-2, a little bit of a late swing on the breaking ball. Hit the other way, foul. Donnelly protects, 2-2 again. Guy with a lot of positional versatility as well. Seen him play first base and outfield. Playing in right field today. 2-2. Gamboa winds and deals inside. 77-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Full count on Donnelly. Works an 0-2 into a 3-2. In his third season with the Crawdads, second stint. So he waits on the payoff pitch, the 3-2. Hit high up in the air toward foul territory on the left side. Dittmar and Bollinger chasing, and it's out of play over the fence. We'll do 3-2 again.
Donnelly's just such a good hitter late in counts, Casey. Able to foul things off, very patient, has a great eye for when stuff's going to be in the zone and when it's not. Such a tough out.
Such a great athlete. Also played basketball in high school at De La Salle. But baseball was his main jam, and that's why he's playing it here today. Gamboa disagrees with two sides, now finally agrees. Ready for the payoff pitch on Donnelly. The slow windup, now the delivery. As this one's roped to right field. Tackless, going back, it's in the ballpark, and he makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of the third.
That was good contact from Donnelly. Unfortunately, the wind blowing in from all fields a bit today here at Monte Vista, and Tackless does a nice job getting under it.
So that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jared Meta. Walked back in the first. Didn't really have a chance to swing at any good pitches against Gamboa. So the righty met him, digging in. He's been really good as of late, trying to keep up his production. Has 4 hits in his last 2 games. Scaling the middle of the box. First offering from Gamboa to him. Check swing in there for a strike anyways, outside corner. Breaking pitch. 0-1 on Medham, out of St. Mary's College, where he has played 3 seasons so far. Was a 2023 WCC All-Freshman team selection. Was really good down the stretch for the Gales, heading into their second ever regional. The 0-1, outside corner breaking ball taken for a ball, 73 miles an hour, 1-1. Met him at half the team's RBIs yesterday, drove in 4. Really found the outfield well. The 1-1 to Medham. Popped up, foul out of play, 1-2. Medham, a guy who's very familiar with the CCL, spent last year with the Slow Blues, only played 5 games there, hit .235. 20 total plate appearances. Some action in both teams' bullpens. Likely a game we'll see a lot of arms, maybe some gamesmanship. 1-2 on Medham. Winds it, fires Gamboa, hit softly over towards second base. Turner scoops, throws to first for the second out of the bottom of the third.
Gamboa's doing a really nice job, all things considered today, Casey, limiting the base runners that he has allowed and then pitching a ton of soft contact for the past inning and a half. It's been great.
So with 2 outs, that'll bring up John Ewens, the 5-hole hitter. Yeah, and to your point, Gamboa has gone longer than I expected. It's only his second start, so maybe not a guy that TC Fairfield thought would eat up some innings. But Ewens in with 2 outs, hitting lefty. One of the best hitters in the league. Takes a high fastball, 1-0. Ewens, after yesterday, reached 22 RBIs on the year. It's the second most in the CCL North. Gamboa agrees to the sign at the plate. 1-0 on the lefty hitter. That time in there for a strike. 73 mile an hour breaking pitch, and it's 1-1. And Ewens brought his OPS over 1,000 after last game. Now slugging over 500. The 1-1 to him. Fastball opposite batter's box. 2-1. Guy who's also not afraid to lean into one. Has 10 hit by pitches. Has struggled with the strikeout, but it hasn't hindered his average really at all. Hitting .375 on the year. The shrug from Gamboa. Now the 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball outside. A lot of break on it. 73 miles an hour. But it's ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike on Ewens. Ewens was injured in 2024 at Baylor. Took a red shirt. Committed early to Baylor back in 2021. Still with the program. He waits for the 3-1. The pitch is hit hard over towards second. Turner picks it up on one hop. Takes 2 steps and the throw to first for the third out of the bottom of the third. So we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Crawdads and Merchants scoreless. You're in a good game so far. Welcome back to Danville. Still scoreless here in the top of the 4th inning. Merchants set to bat for the 4th time. It's a new pitcher for the Crawdads, Edward Saeed. The right-hander has done good for the Crawdads so far, making his 5th appearance. Has a 1.42 ERA in 6 1/3 innings pitched. Out of Los Medanos College, will play this upcoming year as well. The right-hander will face 2, 3, 4, starting with Cy Turner, then Jackson Nystrom and Aiden Tackless. Cy Turner digs in. He's 0 for 1, reached on an error in the first. Swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. 79-mile-an-hour pitch, low and outside. 0 and 1 on Turner. Not a ton of offense for either team so far. 3 combined hits. Long stride from Saeed, then the pitch in there for a strike. 78 on the dot that time. Quickly 0 and 2 on Turner. Has 4 hits in his last 2 games. For a Merchants team that's been streaky this year. Started the year really strong. Has digressed a little bit. The 0-2 hit hard on the right side, foul. Still 0-2. Turner played most recently at Memphis. Also played at Monterey Peninsula College. Was pretty everyday player for the Tigers last year. Played in 36 games, hitting 162. Crawdads still with some action in their bullpen. Saeed delivers the 0-2. 79-mile-an-hour pitch on the outside corner for a ball. 1 and 2. Turner, 20 years of age, from Pacific Grove, California. So making a long trek out to Tennessee to play his college ball. Lefty hitter with a blue bat matching the Merchants uniform. The 1-2 from Saeed as it's drifted out to left field, and McGee will make the catch. Not really having to make a step. And there's 1 out in the top of the 4th.
Nice weak contact induced there from Saeed. Looks good. He's controlling the ball well at the moment.
Not a ton of offense so far. A lot of, like you said, weak contact. As Jackson Nystrom digs in for the 2nd time. He singled and made it to second in the first, but was stranded there. So he comes up for the second time. Righty on righty matchup. Saeed puts his orange glove up. Now kicks and deals. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Inside corner with some deception. 0-1. On a ton of heat so far from Saeed, relying on the breaking pitch. Nystrom brings the glove up. Now the 0-1. Pitch low. Another breaking ball. 1-1. Nystrom had 2 hits and a pair of RBIs yesterday against the Legends. Those were his first RBIs in quite some time. Trying to be a contributor at the top of the order. The 1-1 pitch from Saeed. Outside, gets to the backstop. 2-1. Nystrom from Livermore originally. Didn't play at 2025 at anywhere, but he was on the University of San Francisco roster. Just didn't suit up in any games. 2024 with the Dons, hit .429 in only 2 games started. Saeed strides and shoots. Here's the 2-1. Hit hard over to the left side. The shortstop, DeFazio, picks it up, throws to first, not in time. It pulls Ewens off the bag, and it's going to be awarded a base hit. Nystrom into first safely.
Yeah, really well hit ball on the ground in between the gap on the left side of the infield. DeFazio had a nice play at it. I think the throw was nearly in time. Unfortunately, Ewens just couldn't hold on.
So that'll bring up Aiden Tackless, the cleanup hitter. Struck out against Brady Wilson back in the first, who ends his line with very solid outing, 3 total innings pitched, only giving up 1 hit. So Saeed in the stretch for the first time. Tackless over at first, hitting lefty. Tackless at the dish, hitting lefty. First offering waved at and missed. Fastball 87 miles an hour. 0-1. Nystrom's over at first. Has a short lead. Only stolen 3 bases this year. Pickoff attempt by Saeed as he throws back. Nothing doing. Saeed, a small sample size this year, hasn't pitched since late June. So trying to readjust in this outing. Crawdads infield, double play depth, the 0-1. Fastball outside, taken for a ball, 1-1. Tackless only playing in his 7th game as a Merchant. He's really good at the JUCO ranks, really good in high school. Got a D1 look this past season. The 1-1 inside, blocked behind the dish by Justice. The pitch was low. 2-1. This is Tackless's first time playing against the Crawdads. 2 teams that haven't played in a little bit of time. Saeed's 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground over toward first in fair territory. Ewens just steps on the first base bag as it was a slow roller. And the runner gets to second with 2 away in the top of the 4th.
Good play defensively from John Ewens. Knew he didn't really have a shot at turning 2 there. Just makes a high IQ play to get the 1 out he can definitely have.
So that brings up Brendan O'Sullivan, who flied out to right in his lone plate appearance. He's 0 for 1. Righty hitter against the righty pitcher, Saeed, who's trying to keep the Crawdads in check in this scoreless ball game in the top of the 4th. Tucks his glove in, now comes set against O'Sullivan, native of nearby Pleasanton. First offering to him, low and outside breaking ball, 1-0. O'Sullivan, another guy new to the roster, a team that's had a lot of changes. Players either injured or leaving the team altogether. He made his debut yesterday. The 1-0, outside, throw back to second from Justice, not in time. The right idea, as pretty liberal lead by Nystrom over at second.
Yeah, really good throw from Justice. Unfortunately, Nystrom, good speed on the bags, able to reach just in time.
In 2024, O'Sullivan had 9 home runs with the UNLV Rebels. So he has the power as Zach Justice concludes a quick conversation with Saeed on the mound. 2 outs in the inning in the top of the 4th. 2-0 count at the dish to Brendan O'Sullivan, with Nystrom over at second with a pretty big lead. Saeed looking in for the sign from Justice. One of the Crawdads' everyday catchers, the 2-0. Fastball away, 3-0 on a close pitch. Had the good height, just a little bit off the plate. So it's 3-0 on O'Sullivan. See if he takes here all the way. The Merchants trying to break this game open, still scoreless as both teams have 2 hits, but not much else. Saeed comes set, the 3-0 pitch. Taken low. 86-mile-an-hour fastball misses. So it's a 2-out walk for O'Sullivan. It's runners on first and second with 2 outs in the top of the 4th.
Saeed's been struggling kind of all inning with his command, but especially there, really needs to put one over the heart of the plate and let the rest take care of itself and do some soft contact.
So runners on first and second. That brings up Riley Winchell, the catcher. He popped out to John Ewens at first base in his lone plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. So he digs in on the right side. 6 righties in the order for Alameda. The first offering, swing, and a foul ball straight into the dirt. 0-1. Saeed with a solid ERA this year for the Crawdads. Small sample size, but a 1.42 mark. It's been a part of a really solid bullpen for Walnut Creek. Saeed comes set. Now the 0-1 again. Pitch outside, back pick over to first, and might have been in time, but the ball pops out of Ewens' glove. Pitch called a ball at the plate, so instead of that being the 3rd out of the inning, it's 1-1.
A couple of great throws from Zach Justice behind the dish today.
He's had some good looks, just hasn't been able to get the out. It's a 1-1 count on Winchell. 2 men on, 2 outs. Crawdads trying to play some defense. Popped up right around home plate. Zach Justice tracking it down in foul territory, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So they leave 2 on, the Merchants do. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Crawdads and Alameda still scoreless here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to Monte Vista. Crawdads and Merchants still scoreless as it's a new pitcher on the hill to start the bottom of the 4th inning for the Merchants. Dominic Cristinzio, out of San Mateo originally, left-hander, making his 6th appearance on the year, has a 3.48 ERA. Pretty solid work from him this year. 6 total strikeouts, 8 walks, allowing 15 hits. Crawdads looking for their first true offense of the game as Zach Justice, the catcher, digs in to start things in the bottom of the 4th. The righty catcher 0 for 1, flight out to right back in the 1st. First offering to him in there for a strike. 82-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Justice had some good defensive throws last half inning. Wasn't able to get the outs necessarily, but some good looks on defense. Now he's searching for the offense. The 0-1 to him. Cristinzio deals low and inside. 1-1. Cristinzio, 21 years of age. originally from San Mateo and currently undecided in the transfer portal. The 1-1, fastball outside corner, taken for a ball. 2-1. Justice originally at Oregon, didn't play much there at all. Committed to San Diego State, or he's looking for a bigger opportunity with a rebuilding program. Stinzio from the windup, he deals the 2-1 as it's lifted out to right field. Shallow for Tackless, who takes some steps to his left and makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. So 2 flyouts to right for Zach Justice. As it'll bring up Riley Leininger with 1 out. He walked back in the second, trying to create some offense in what's been a pretty dry game so far. Only 2 hits apiece for both sides. Crescenzio toes the third base side of the rubber against the lefty hitter Leininger. First offering, breaking pitch low in the zone, 68 miles an hour, 1-0. Leininger trying to search for consistent offense, has been picking it up as of late. Hits in his last 2 games, including his first 2 extra base hits of the year. The 1-0, breaking pitch runs inside, forces Leininger to move out of the way. 2-0 on him. Leininger originally from Texas, played at Oklahoma last year, but only in scrimmages. Didn't suit up in any regular season games. Crescenzio at the belt now, the 2-0 pitch. Runs inside and it clips Leininger's elbow. So he'll take first, as he's been a guy with a great eye all year. Trots to first, and Crescenzio will go to the stretch for the first time.
Yeah, Leininger twice on base now today, Casey. No hits, though. I'm sure he'll try to get that one going here soon, but continues to be productive.
So Leininger over at first for Nico DeFazio with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. DeFazio 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That came against Gamboa. Umpire signaling for time. And we'll do things right now. DeFazio on the right side. Getting back in the lineup. He's only played in 6 games this year. This is his 7th. It's a late addition to the Crawdads roster in late June. The first offering, hit on the ground over toward short. O'Sullivan picks it up onto second for 1. And that's all they're going to get, as DeFazio into first safely.
Not entirely sure why O'Sullivan didn't throw there. I guess DeFazio with some good hustle down the line, and that's for sure. But could have made the throw in time either way. It's just a fielder's choice.
That's correct. So DeFazio over at first, as Leininger out on the base pass, as that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter Casey Levitt McGee. 0 for 1, grounded out over to first in the second inning. Lefty on lefty matchup. Crescenzio looks at first, now fires home. Fastball taken high, 1-0, 84 miles an hour. Levitt McGee, big power increase from his first 2 years at JUCO over at Laney College. Doubled his extra base hit total from 11 to 22. Also increased his batting average. Second offering on the 1-0, taken low and outside, 2-0. And Levitt McGee playing against his old team, the Merchants. Last year was very good for him. 794 OPS, 326 batting average, 3 extra base hits, and 106 total plate appearances. So didn't necessarily have the power, but had the consistency. Umpire calls time. Looks like Levitt McGee wanting to step out and take a breath. DeFazio over at first. And 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Still a scoreless ball game. Crawdads had bases loaded earlier, but couldn't take advantage of it. The 2-0 pitch popped up, shallow left field. It'll be Bollinger in shallow left to make the catch, and the side is retired. So no score through 4 full innings. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Crawdads and Merchants trying to break this one open.
1.
Welcome back to Danville for the start of the top of the 5th inning. Crawdads putting out their third pitcher of the afternoon, Peter Storjahan, who's been one of their best relievers, quietly having a .73 ERA and a 16-3 strikeout to walk ratio.
Definitely a guy that they're going to want to use in high leverage situations in the postseason, Casey. He's been dynamite.
Yeah, and you could argue right now a pretty high leverage situation, a scoreless ball game, top of the 5th against another team vying for first place in the CCL North. It'll be 7-8-9 here in the 5th for Alameda, Ditmar, Luna, and Bollinger. Ditmar digs in on the right side. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. Storjahan yet to record a decision this year, but he's been really good out of the bullpen. 7 total appearances, only giving up 1 total earned run on the year. He's a guy who can also go 3 innings if they need him to. Righty on righty matchup. Storjahan at the belt, now the windup. First offering low and in the dirt on the breaking ball. 1-0 to Ditmar. Guy who spent his entire life in Las Vegas. Finally might leave after hitting the transfer portal. The 1-0 from Storjahan is fouled straight back. 89-mile-an-hour heater. 1-1. Merchants in their navy blue tops, gray road pants. Crawdads in white pinstripe pants with black uniforms. Head to waist. The 1-1 to Ditmar. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-2. Ditmar played at the Basic Academy for his high school ball. 21 years of age in the transfer portal for a good career at UNLV. The 1-2, hit on the ground, foul on the left side. Count stays 1-2. Storjahan so far with some pretty good run on his pitches. A lot of movement as well. So Ditmar stands back in after taking a practice swing with his bright yellow gloves. Storjahan at the belt, now the 1-2. Hit the other way over on the ground to second. Ellis picks it up, flips to first in time for the first out of the 5th. Offense has not come easy here in Danville. 1 out in the top of the 5th for Angelo Luna, the 8-hole. Lefty hitter playing first base today. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out. Native of Pittsburgh, California. A lot of ball players in this league coming from that town. Lefty on righty matchup as the lefty hitter Luna takes outside from Storjahan. 89-mile-an-hour heater. 1-0. Luna commit to St. Edward's University at the D2 level. The 1-0. Another breaking ball low in the zone. 2-0. Luna spent 2024 at Compsognas River College. Hit .294 there. Now he's committed to St. Edward's after not playing last year. The 2-0. Fastball in there for a strike, outside corner. 2-1. Luna's a guy we saw at the top part of the order when the Crawdads played the Merchants in the first series of the year, but he's moved down quite a bit.
It was a hot bat then, since it's cooled.
2-1. Skied up in the air, straightaway center field. A bit of a run back for Medum, but he's going to get it in front of the track and make the catch for the second out of the top of the 5th.
That one looked a little dangerous there. Luna certainly flashed the pop, but wind helped knock that one back into the ballpark, and Medum does a nice job getting deep to get under it.
Medum stayed calm, knew it was in the ballpark. Got under it for the second out, as that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jack Bollinger. Both teams with 2 hits each so far today. Bollinger, the lefty hitter, digs in. He struck out against Brady Wilson earlier in the game as he swings at the first pitch he sees. High chopper over to second. Ellis picks it up on 1 hop, flips to first, and that'll end the top of the 5th. So 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 5th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Charlie Limoncelli will take over on the call here on the Broadcast Streaming Network, Crawdad Streaming Network.
Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network for the bottom of the 5th inning. Crawdads hosting the Alameda Merchants for the 5th time this season. Scoreless ball game. Top of the order, due up for Walnut Creek. Ryan Ellis, Cam Calvillo, Joey Donnelly, left, right, left. Against the left-hander Dominic Cristinzio, now in his 2nd inning of work. Cristinzio allowed just 1 base runner in his 1st inning. That was a hit by pitch to Leininger that retired the other 3 batters he faced. San Mateo native has his work cut out for him here at the top of the order. The first offering to Ellis, breaking ball low and away, 1-0. Cristinzio, his 6th appearance on the season, just 1 start. 3.48 ERA entering today. The lefty sets towards the first base side of the rubber. The 1-0 to Ellis, slapped foul out of play on the left side. 1-1 count. Ellis has been aboard twice today, a single and a walk after being held hitless against the Stompers last night. 0 for 3, did have a walk there as well. Cristinzio in the transfer portal. The lefty kicks and fires the 1-1. Fastball on the outer third, strike 2 called against Ellis. Third-year Crawdad back into the leadoff spot, a place he was accustomed to in his first couple seasons with Walnut Creek. Head coach Brant Cummings shaking up the lineup, putting him back there. The 1-2 from Cristinzio, fastball in the opposite batter's box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ellis also in the transfer portal, much like Cristinzio. But Ellis only a year of eligibility left after he spent 3 seasons at St. Mary's, 1 at UT Arlington. The 2-2. Breaking ball well inside. Ellis has to duck out of the way. 76 miles an hour. Count works full. .6'3" lefty looks in to Winchell, has the sign. The 3-2 to Ellis. Swing and a miss. 84-mile-an-hour fastball low and away. First out here in the bottom of the 5th brings up the righty Cam Calvillo, playing designated hitter for Walnut Creek today. Calvillo had a single in the 1st, and a deep line drive to straightaway center field in the 2nd, 1 for 2. Calvillo had a monster day yesterday. It was 2 for 4 with a double and a walk against the Sonoma Stompers. Moved his average back up to 256 on the year. First offering to him, slapped softly over to Ditmar at third, who collects and throws for the out. 5-3 ground out there.
Yeah, still just not a ton of offense on either side. I mean, they're putting the ball in play at least. We haven't seen a ton of strikeouts, but some weak contact. It's really a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Casey. A pitcher's duel very much here in this one. And with 2 down, it's Joey Donnelly now. Crawdads only 2 hits on the day, same as the Merchants. Donnelly 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, then lined out to right field after that. The first offering to him in the dirt, 1-0. Donnelly, perhaps one of the best hitters in the entire California Collegiate League. Leads the league in average, tied for 4th in homers and 6th in ribbies. A do-it-all kind of guy. As Cristinzio steps off. Now he gets ready for the 1-0. 1-0 comes home to Donnelly. Fastball out of the zone. 2-0. Donnelly hits in 16 of his 21 games played. Currently on a 3-game hit streak. Dating back to this Tuesday against the Menlo Park Legends, where he had a homer. The 2-0 from Cristinzio. Donnelly grounds this one softly over to second base. Turner collects the throw, nearly pulls Luna off the bag, but they get him in time. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Merchants defense. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Merchants trying to break this one open, get on the board right after this. Welcome to the top of the 6th from the Creek. Still a scoreless ball game between the Alameda Merchants and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. New pitcher for Walnut Creek, Joe Coupland, the right-hander from Chabot, will face the top of the order for the Merchants. Dominic Nahar, Cy Turner, Jackson Nystrom all due up. Nahar, a dangerous hitter, enters today hitting .359 on the season in 19 games. Has held hitless in his last 2. That remains here, trying to get a hit. First off from Coupland, 79-mile-an-hour slider outside, but clips the outer third. 0-1. Coupland, the Chabot College man, played his high school ball down the road at San Ramon Valley. Righty kicks and deals the 0-1. Slow breaking ball lined into shallow left field for a base hit. Nahar breaks that streak. That's the first hit for the Merchants in 2 innings. Leadoff man aboard, Coupland with some work to do.
Yeah, really just the breaking of the silence, if you will, as Coupland comes into pitch, and see if they capitalize on it. That's been the big test for both these teams.
Absolutely. 3 runners stranded for Alameda, 6 for Walnut Creek. Coupland now will face the lefty Cy Turner playing second base. Turner reached on an error in the first, but was later caught stealing. It's 0 for 2. Coupland, a guy who's kind of struggled on the mound this summer for Walnut Creek. 16.87 ERA in 4 appearances. 5 1/3 innings pitched. The first offering to Turner fouled off. 0-1. Coupland, a guy throws a high 70s, low 80s breaking ball paired with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Doesn't throw the changeup a whole lot. Two-way player also plays catcher. The 0-1 fouled off well high on the left side, out of play. 0-2 on Turner now. Coupland this spring at Chabot, 11 appearances on the mound, 5.01 ERA in 23 innings, 24 Ks to 16 walks. Hit .265 in 38 games as well as a catcher. The 0-2 to Turner, fastball inside at 86 miles an hour. 1-2. Coupland this summer for Walnut Creek has allowed 9 hits and 3 walks to just 3 strikeouts. Trying to get it going here. The 1-2 fouled off again.
Yeah, Coupland has some really good velocity stuff. Just, again, the consistency hasn't always been there. As a two-way guy, can't necessarily focus his full time and attention on pitching.
No. Hasn't seen a ton of action catching, though, for Walnut Creek. He's played mostly designated hitter when he's in the lineup. The righty's 1-2 offering, swing and a miss. 76-mile-an-hour curveball gets a bite. First man retired as Joe Coupland, with some adoring fans, out into right field. Some of his friends from high school.
Yeah, it's a good thing to see if you're a Crawdads fan, getting riled up and trying to get a spark into this team that hasn't seen much today.
Absolutely. One of the larger crowds we've seen in the last couple of weeks here in Danville. Either way, it's the designated hitter Nystrom up. Nahar still at first. He'll take off on the first pitch. Justice's throw to second. The tag in time. They caught him. Another defensive masterclass for Zach Justice behind the dish, catching the incredibly speedy Nahar.
Yeah, another great throw. He's caught 2 runners so far and has had some really good instincts on some other guys. But again, just a great play from Zach Justice.
Absolutely. Called strike at the dish, so it's 0-1 to Nystrom. Now with 2 outs, no one on in the top of the 6th. Coupland winds and delivers a breaking ball on the outer third. Swing and a miss. 69 miles an hour there. Start contract from that high 80s heater. Now Coupland looking for a put away, trying to get out of this inning, facing the minimum batters. The 0-2 to Nystrom. Fastball misses the outer third. 1-2. Coupland last pitched for Walnut Creek a little while ago, June 28th against the Sonoma Stompers. Pitched 2/3 of an inning in that 10-5 loss in Sonoma. The 1-2, slap foul. Nystrom stays alive. In that outing, Coupland allowed 3 earned runs on 2 hits, 1 strikeout. He faced 7 batters. Before that, played against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Went 2 2/3, 6 earned runs there. The 1-2 to Nystrom. Slow breaking ball, chopped on the ground to third. Leininger collects, hard throw to first in time. Crawdads get it through the top of the sixth, excuse me. They'll head to the bottom half of the frame, trying to break up this scoreless ball game right after this. Back here live for the bottom of the sixth in the Creek. Scoreless ball game between the Merchants and the Crawdads. Walnut Creek up to bat here in the bottom half of the frame. 4, 5, 6 due up. Jared Medham, John Ewan, Zach Justice all get some at-bats. Collectively, they are 0 for 5. Medham, the only one out of that bunch to reach. She did on a walk in the first. Facing the lefty, Dominic Cristinzio. He's gone through 2 scoreless innings thus far, has not allowed a hit yet in his appearance. The first offering to the righty, Medham, fastball well inside. 1-0. Medham, a guy who was slumping a little bit. 2 for 19 in the stretch from June 28th to July 8th. About a 5-game stretch. Then last night turned it on. 3 for 4, 3 singles, 4 runs batted in. The 1-0 to the righty, center fielder outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Medham, traditionally a shortstop, has played there exclusively for Walnut Creek this season, but making his first appearance in center today. He's only been challenged once on that deep fly ball, as the 2-0 to Cristinzio, swing and a miss, 74-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
Crawdads just need a spark right now. Need to put the ball in play and put the defense on their toes.
That would be quite the remedy from the doctor, so to speak. Big bats in the order here with an opportunity to do so. Action in both bullpens for the Crawdads and the Merchants. Cristinzio fires the 2-1 in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike to Medham. Prior to that 2 for 19 slump, Medham was 13 for 44 in his first 10 games, good for a 295 average. He's now back up to 269 in 17 games on the entire season. The 3-1. Hard ground ball, foul territory on the third base side. Full count.
Medham's approach has, to your point, gotten a lot better over that stretch as well since that slump.
Absolutely, he's been a little less in his head as of late, just playing a little more freely. The payoff from Cristinzio. Medham takes strike 3, called on a breaking ball on the outer third, 74 miles an hour. And that pitch, according to the TrackMan data, questionable.
Yeah, bit of a wide strike zone we've seen today, and Medham falling victim to it there.
Absolutely a tough break there for the Crawdads. Now it's 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. John Ewens up to bat. Guy who's 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out. First offering to Ewens, fastball down the middle, strike 1. Ewens entered today with a 12-game hit streak, has hits in 18 of 22 games played, one of the most dangerous hitters in the CCL. Crescenzio steps off. Looks like time called third base umpire. Ewan's back in the left-handed batter's box. Crescenzio looking into Winchell for the call. Lefty shakes off a couple offerings. Now we're going to get time again. Ewan steps out. Half swing, and he's back. 0-1 at the plate to the Baylor Bear. Ewan's a rising redshirt sophomore in Waco. The 0-1. Hits him in the face. I don't know if it got the helmet or not, but that one, scary.
You hate to see that, and he's in some pain right now, clearly. Luckily on his feet, but hopefully nothing too serious.
He's going to get a visit from the training staff and first base coach Derek Nicholson of Walnut Creek. So we'll see if he's going to remain in the game or if they'll pinch run for him. Probably not, because it's a hit to the head.
Yeah, always have to be precautionary with those types of things.
Still out there on the field as there's a mound conference as well. Trending towards first base. You might want to thug this one out.
You can hear the oohs and the ahs of the crowd as well. As you mentioned, a lot of fans here, but tough spot to be in if you're Ewens, the guy who wants to swing the bat clearly.
Absolutely, and a guy who's got a big hit streak in jeopardy. You know, usually players tell you that they're not really too concerned about their stats, but in this kind of situation, I'm sure he is, at least in some respect. Either way, it'll be one man aboard for sure. Zach Justice at the dish. One down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still scoreless between the Merchants and the Crawdads. Now head coach Brant Cummings coming over from third to talk to Ewens about this one. And it looks like Ewens is going to head to the bench. Cam Taylor, infielder, outfielder for Walnut Creek, looking like he'll take over. So there's Taylor. He'll go over to first as the pinch runner. Taylor, a guy with pretty decent speed over at first. See how he handles this situation now. And it looks like somebody just got tossed in the Crawdad dugout.
Dustin Cheney trying to reason with the umpire, pointing over to his bench. Now Brant Cummings coming over to assess the situation.
This is getting out of hand extremely quickly, Casey, and wow.
Tension's kind of flaring in this situation where there hasn't been a lot of offense, especially after the hit batter.
I wonder what exactly must have been said. Either way, some kind of an ejection. Crescenzio taking warm-up pitches now. Gotta wonder how this pace of play is gonna affect this one. Either way. Still in a break here. It's like Crawdads coaching staff and the umpires trying to sort this one out still.
A lot of jeering, a lot of frustration right now.
Absolutely, the fans in deep right field being vocal out there. So we're not quite sure who's gotten ejected yet. But if it's somebody who's currently playing, that could be a problem defensively.
It's especially considering how tight the Crawdads defense has been today.
Absolutely. Umpires signaling to each other. Now TC Fairfield for Alameda is going to walk out. Try and figure this out. I do apologize for the long delay, folks. Thank you for hanging around here with us on the Crawdad Streaming Network. And now, third base coach and head coach Brent Cummings arguing over at third base with the umpire there. Fairfield comes over to have a word as well.
Looks like Jared Meta may be the one who's tossed.
Interesting turn of events here, Casey, because Crawdad's a bit short on center fielders right now. Medham obviously playing there in a reserve role. Trey Johnson dealing with an injury. That's why he's not playing there at the moment. So Levitt McGee likely to be moved over to center. They'll have to put somebody else in left, if I had to guess.
You could move Cam Taylor to left and then move Donnelly to first. Have someone else playing right.
You could potentially do that. We saw that happen the last time Ewens was taken out of a game.
Could also put Levitt McGee in center field, potentially.
So this one, extremely interesting. Still conversation play. Not quite resumed. Looks like we're still in a bit of confusion. Justice looming on deck. So report from the dugout is that Jared Medham gets tossed. Our insider Austin Oda, former broadcaster for the Crawdads, claiming that nothing was really said and the Crawdads are in shock. Or excuse me, that was Anakin, our social media reporter. Anakin Lesamenta boy. Either way, play is about to resume. Lots of confusion in this one. Still the bottom of the sixth, one out, one down. Cam Taylor replaces John Ewens following the hit by pitch. The first offering to Zach Justice, flared into right field, down for a base hit. Justice was due and he gets one there. Taylor round second, he'll head to third. He's in sliding safe.
It's a big knock. Maybe that frustrating period of something they needed to hype themselves up, and looks like they're in business.
Big hit for Walnut Creek, their first since the first inning. Just their third of the day. Now runners on the corners, Riley Leininger with an RBI opportunity, a guy who's been red hot. 2-game hit streak for Leininger, was 3 for 4 on Wednesday against the Stompers, his last game. A home run shy of the cycle. And Leininger, a guy who's been on twice today, once via the walk and a hit by pitch. Lefty-lefty matchup here, Cristinzio from the stretch. First offering fouled off. 0-1 at the dish to Leininger, Georgetown, Texas native. Redshirted this spring as a freshman at Oklahoma, now in the transfer portal. One of the few Crawdads who remains uncommitted. The 0-1 offering to the Crawdad first baseman, chopped foul down the first base side, 0-2. Taylor at third, he's taking a pretty healthy lead. Infield at double play depth, the corners are in, but the middle playing deep. First baseman Luna holding Justice close at first, as there's a throwback to third base. Taylor in there. It's a balk, excuse me. So that'll allow Cam Taylor to score from third. Justice moves to second. The Crawdads lead 1-0.
Sometimes you have to take runs on unconventional plays, and that's one of them. It's not been a good offensive game for the Crawdads, but they'll take what they can get now with the lead.
Absolutely. And still an RBI opportunity for Leininger. 0-2 count to him. Justice at second now. But finally, Casey, after 5.5 scoreless innings, we have a run scored.
That's all that matters.
Indeed it does. Crawdads have been good at holding on to leads throughout this season, but this one definitely slim. They'll want to add on. TC Fairfield for Alameda, chatting with the third base umpire, trying to get an explanation on the balk. Clearly frustrated with that official ruling. The lefty Leininger steps back in. Cristinzio readies from the third base side of the rubber. Justice leading by 12 feet over at second. Cristinzio has the call from Winchell, his catcher. The 0-2. Fouled back. Leininger stays alive. After that 3-for-4 day on Wednesday, Leininger's average up to .236 on the season in 23 games. He's been nearly an everyday player at third base for Walnut Creek. Now the 0-2 again. High pop-up in the infield. Cristinzio from the mound. No, it'll be the third baseman Dittmar who makes the catch on the left side of the infield. 2 down. Justice still at second. It's the righty Nico DeFazio in the 8-hole. Still an RBI opportunity for the Crawdads. Fazio, a guy who's bounced around collegiately, went to University of the Pacific out of high school, then raked at Chabot College this spring, earned himself a spot with Houston Christian. First offering to the righty shortstop. Fastball outside, 1-0.
Maybe that run gives them the spark, the ketchup bottle effect, to be able to hit it multiple times and get more to come out.
That's what the Crawdads would love here in this spot. The 1-0 to DeFazio. Breaking ball in the opposite batter's box. 2 balls and no strikes. Fazio, second-year Crawdad, hit .222 in 27 games with the team last summer. Currently hitting .263 in 6 games. So 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a fielder's choice. The 2-0 from Cristinzio. Fazio takes high. Hitter-friendly count here with 2 down. Runner in scoring position, Casey. Do you think he has a green light?
Potentially. Want something over the heart of the plate, though.
Cristinzio needs a get-me-over pitch here. The 3-0. Gets one on the upper inside corner. Fastball. 3-1. Fazio 0 for 4 in his last appearance for Walnut Creek. That was Wednesday against the Stompers. Did have a sac fly RBI. The 3-1. Hard ground ball up the middle. O'Sullivan collects from short, throws to first in time. Crawdads get one across on the balk, but finally they're retired. They leave one stranded, but they lead 1-0 as we head to the 7th right after this. Welcome to the top of the 7th from the Creek. Crawdads lead 1-0 over the Alameda Merchants, who are up to bat against the new arm for the Crawdads. Noah Zirkle, the right-hander from West Valley College, recently committed to Cal State East Bay. Zirkle will face the heart of the Merchants order. 4-5-6 due up, Aiden Tackless, Brendan O'Sullivan, and Riley Winchell. Zirkle 7 appearances for the Crawdads. He's 2-2, 13.5 ERA in 7 1/3 innings pitched. His last appearance came in the second game against the Blues last Sunday, where he pitched a third of an inning. First offering to the lefty Tackless outside, 1-0. Zirkle, a guy who's dealt with a myriad of injuries in both summer ball and collegiately. Did not play this spring as he dealt with a bicep injury. Big righty kicks and fires the 1-0. Line high in the air, left field, trailing, foul. So Tackless has to comes back. It's a 1-1 count to him. Good piece of hitting, though, the other way by the lefty. Only 5 feet foul. Otherwise, would have been a double. Zirkle, guy whose fastball sits in the mid 80-mile-an-hour range. Mixes in a nice breaking ball and a changeup. Originally committed to Fresno State out of high school, but transferred to West Valley after an injury. The righty's 1-1 offering. 76-mile-an-hour breaking ball on the outer third. Strike 1 and 2. Zirkle has kind of struggled this season for Walnut Creek. Would love to get a scoreless inning here. The 1-2. Soft ground ball over to Ellis, who dives from second to throw to first. Not in time. Well hit infield single. Good defensive play, but ball was well struck.
Yeah, and again, I mean, the Merchants have not really been able to capitalize off the momentum. Had the leadoff single last inning and couldn't make anything of it. So big test for him, down 1.
Now with 1 aboard, no one out in the top of the 7th. It's a shortstop, Brendan O'Sullivan. Guy who's 0 for 1 today, a walk and a fly out. Yet to record a hit as a member of the Merchants, debuted just yesterday. First offering to him, low and outside, 1-0. O'Sullivan, a rising senior at the University of the Pacific. Teammates with a couple of Crawdads. The 1-0 from Zirkle. Fastball misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. Tackless, good speed over at first base. He'll take a medium lead. Taylor covering the bag closely. A throw back to first. Not in time. Zirkle trying to hold Tackless. Struggled a bit with base runners this season. 11 walks, 13 hits allowed from Zirkle this season. The 2-0 to O'Sullivan. Breaking ball right down the middle, 76 miles an hour. Zirkle, an Oakland native, a huge athletics fan. Disappointed when the team moved to Sacramento. He fires in the 2-1. Check swing, he went around. 2-2.
Didn't stop him from going to a game this past week.
No, he was there on Thursday while the Crawdads had an off day. Matter of fact, you ran into him, Casey, along with fellow Crawdads Aiden White, Colin Nowacek. The righty Zirkle at the first base side of the rubber. The 2-2 to O'Sullivan. Breaking ball chopped high on the third base side, foul. Zirkle and O'Sullivan battling this one out. Definitely a crucial inning. Merchants only down by 1. Crawdads pitching needs to be spotless. Defensive substitution. Chris Esquivel is in for Jared Benham, who got ejected in the last half inning. playing center field. Position he does not usually play. This one fouled back above the press box. Still 2-2. Esquivel, a natural second baseman, but the Crawdads, like we mentioned, short-staffed on middle outfielders at the moment. Big lead from Tackless at first. Zirkle's 2-2 to O'Sullivan. Breaking ball grounded towards short. DeFazio collects. A big throw pulls Taylor off the bag at first. Not close. Another infield single for the Merchants. No one out still in the top of the 7th. Alameda threatening.
Unlucky if you're Zirkle. Back-to-back infield base hits, and this is the type of formula it takes teams to come back in games. Small ball and leading to something bigger. Crawdads need to prevent that.
Absolutely. Crucial spot here is these two teams vying for the #1 spot in the CCL North. Riley Winchell, the catcher, up to bat at this point. 2 on, no one out. And here comes pitching coach, Dustin Cheney for Walnut Creek. He'll have a conference with Zirkle and the infield. Winchell 0 for 2 today, 2 pop-ups into the infield. Livermore native entered today, hitting .237 in 13 games for Alameda. Tackless and O'Sullivan with speed on the base paths. So fly ball into the outfield has the potential to tie this ball game up. Mound visit over with. Crawdads infielders reassuring Zirkle, they're behind him. Now the Crawdad reliever get ready to face the righty Winchell. Following 3 spotless innings from Brady Wilson, it went to Edward Saeed, then Peter Storyhan and Joe Coupland, all of which did not allow a run. Now it's Zirkle's time with the torch. Steps off, spins over towards second base, no throw. Infield at double play depth. Corners are in. Middle is up. The first offering to Winchell. Breaking ball on the inner third, strike 1. Good 74 mile an hour curveball from Zirkle. Now the righty's 0-1. Fouled on the third base side. Quickly 0-2 to Riley Winchell. Winchell, the Livermore native, played in 86 games at Granada High School. .288 batting average, 74 career runs batted in. Rising sophomore at the University of the Pacific. Did not play there this spring. The 0-2 fastball upstairs, the throwback to second, not in time. Ellis with an athletic snag. Call the dish, 1-2. Winchell, an RBI opportunity here for Alameda. Zirkle and the Crawdads trying to hold him scoreless as we are deep into the 7th. The 1-2. High pop up behind the screen, out of play. That bat continues to drag on, neither Zirkle nor Winchell giving in. Tackless at second, O'Sullivan at first. No one on here, or excuse me, no one out in the top of the 7th. Crawdads with a 1-0 lead. The 1-2 comes home from Zirkle. High fly ball into center field. Esquivel coming in, and he won't be able to get there. That's an easy base hit for Winchell, and the bases are loaded.
They're just lucky that that ball was deceiving enough to not bring around the runner, as they could at least maybe get the out at the plate now, but 3 straight singles.
Merchants hitting, really coming alive. They had 3 hits entering this inning. They've got 3 in the inning now. action in the Walnut Creek bullpen. Cam Krogan, one of the guys, getting loose. And its bases loaded, no one out for the third baseman, Chase Dittmar, who's 0 for 2. Dittmar, 195 hitter in 12 games for Alameda. He's got 4 runs batted in. First offering to him, fouled on the first base side. Also action in the Alameda bullpen, as Armando Murillo is getting loose and throwing. Zane Baltz as well. 2 righties in the pen there. Zirkle has the call from Justice. Big gust of wind blowing in from straightaway center field. The 0-1. High fly ball into right field. Donnelly has to take some steps backwards. He's under it. He'll throw in to the cutoff to Fazio. 1 runner scores from third, and we're tied 1-1.
Good piece of hitting from Dittmar, and they're still in business.
Yeah, Dittmar gets the job done. Still 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out in the top of the 7th, and we're tied at 1.
Really a lucky inning, if you ask me. I mean, you have 2 infield singles, 1 barely hit hard out to right center, and then the sac fly.
Yeah, Merchants getting a bit of favorable luck from the baseball gods, so to speak. 2 RBI opportunity for the first baseman, Angelo Luna. 5th batter in this inning, the 8-hole hitter. And here comes head coach Brandon Cummings for Walnut Creek. This could be the end of it for Zirkle.
Yeah, Tough only recording 1 out, and he'll inherit 2 runners still on in a tough spot, base open.
So Cummings snags the ball from Zirkle. In comes Cam Krogan. While he gets warmed up, we'll step away here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. We'll have the rest of the 7th right after this. Welcome back to the continuation of the top of the 7th. 1 out, 2 runners on, as the new pitcher Cam Krogan inherits those 2 from Noah Zirkle. Krogan, the 6'4" right-hander from Pepperdine, a rising junior there. He's been one of the main high-leverage relievers for Walnut Creek. 13 appearances, he's 1-0 with a 3.76 ERA. But in case it doesn't quite tell the whole picture, his ERA hovered around 1 for his first 10 appearances or so. But in 4 of his last 5, he's allowed an earned run. It's been a little more erratic, struggled to hit the strike zone.
Yeah, tough spot to be in as well, especially considering the intensity of the matchup and both teams trending at the top of the division.
Absolutely. Krogan will face the lefty first baseman, Angelo Luna, a man who's 0 for 2 for the Merchants, but a considerable power threat with 2 in scoring position. Righty Krogan's first offering belted into right field, down for a base hit. One runner will score. They'll hold the next at third. RBI single from Luna, and the Merchants take the lead 2-1.
That's what the doctor ordered, playing some small ball and capitalizing on it. And both teams kind of did that earlier, but couldn't capitalize.
Still runners on the corners, one out in the top of the seventh for Jack Bollinger, the left fielder. Again, hitting from the left-handed batter's box. So that run will go on Zirkle. First offering to Bollinger, slapped the other way into left field, down for a base hit right before the line. One runner will score, they'll wave home the man. No, they'll hold a stop sign for Luna, but it's an RBI double from Jack Bollinger, and things are going from bad to worse for Walnut Creek.
And it's been all the bottom of the order. I mean, the top three guys in this lineup have not hit yet, and now they're going to come up in an even more dangerous situation, taking the lead.
3-1 in favor of Alameda, as this one has slipped away from Walnut Creek. Given the offensive struggles, Merchants might only need another run or two of support to finish this one out. Either way, one out, two in scoring position for Dominic Nahar. The first offering to him outside, 1-0. Nahar got his first hit of the game in the sixth on a single. He was later caught stealing. Krogan sets. The 1-0 check swing, appeal to second base, says no on the low away fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. First two batters Krogan faced, first pitch contact. Now Nahar has taken 2 straight pitches. The 2-0 from Krogan. Slider on the outer third, strike one. Krogan, the Danville native, also went to high school down the road at San Ramon Valley. Had 2 up and down seasons for the Pepperdine Waves down in Malibu. The 2-1. Fastball fouled away. 2-2 on Nahar. Getting him out would be huge for Walnut Creek, Casey.
Absolutely. He's a guy who can mash, and again, you got to keep this game close.
Wind continuing to pick up, blowing in from right center field. This one, 15-20 mile an hour gust. The 2-2 to Nahar just gets a piece as it fouls away. It's well out in front of that slider. But instead of the punch out, he stays alive.
Some deception from Krogan, and again, the infield in for the Crawdads, knowing that they really need to gun a guy down at home if they have that chance.
Especially with no double play opportunity. The 2-2 lined into right center field for another base hit. 1 run scores, the second coming in from third, in safely. Dominic Nahar, a 2 RBI single, and this one officially broken open. 5-1 Alameda.
They just keep piling on. Single, 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 then the sac fly, single, double, single. And just been hit after hit, no matter who the pitcher is.
So after initially the Crawdad bullpen up until Joe Coupland was spotless, Zirkle and Krogan struggle. Alameda has taken advantage. Still only 1 out. Nahar at first for Cy Turner, the second baseman, looking for his first hit of the day. First offering to Turner, passed ball on the fastball. Nahar rounding second. He's gonna go all the way to third as Justice has to track this one into the Crawdad bullpen. Dugout, excuse me, and they're gonna wave Nahar back to second. Now this one was into the dugout.
I think that one was a wild pitch, actually, and just tough for Krogan to locate right now, and when he has, it's been costly.
So now the umpires have to confer about this one. Give him an official ruling as to whether or not Nahar has to stop at second or if he can stay over at third as he turned on the jets. They are going to motion him back to second base. So Crawdads with a bit of a break there. Runner still 120 feet from home instead of 90. 180, excuse me. Math. Either way, 1-0 at the dish to Cy Turner. Alameda with a newfound 5-1 lead here in the top of the 7th, just one out. Crawdad pitching, trying to stop the bleeding. Krogan sets belt high. The quick 1-0 delivery. Slider in the middle of the zone, 1-1. The 1-1 offering. Slow slider grounded over to Taylor at first. Has trouble with it, but he does flip to Krogan for the out. Nahar moves to third, but there are 2 down. Tough play on the soft grounder for Taylor. But now the Crawdads trying to get out of this one. Jackson Nystrom, the designated hitter, up. A guy who's 2 for 3 today, 2 singles. And the 6th run for Alameda, 90 feet from home. First offering to Nystrom, grounded softly to first again. Taylor collects, throws to Krogan, and they've got him. Another 1-3 ground out, but not before 5 runs come across for the Alameda Merchants as they take the 4-run lead over the Crawdads. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Crawdads with an opportunity to cut in right after this. Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th on the Crawdad streaming network. Alameda up 5-1 now, thanks to 5 runs scored on 6 hits in the last half inning. 9-1-2 due up for Walnut Creek. They'll try to cut back into this deficit. Casey Levin McGee will lead it off. New pitcher Armando Murillo for Alameda. His first offering to Levin McGee. Breaking ball at the knees, strike 1.
Crawdads offense needs to wake up. It's a really high leverage spot against a reliever who might have some advantage over.
Absolutely, just 1 run for the Crawdads on 3 hits as Levin McGee pops this one high into shallow left field. O'Sullivan from short collects. 2 pitches, 1 down. Not really what the Crawdads were looking for there. But the lineup does turn over. It's Ryan Ellis. Ellis 1 for 2 today, a single, a walk, and a strikeout. Murillo 4 appearances for Alameda this summer, 1-1 with a 2.84 ERA. His first offering to the lefty, grounded through the right side of the infield for a single. Took a weird hop in the dirt. Luna had no chance.
Finally, a loud crack of the bat. Crawdads haven't had that much offense in a while coming from hard hit balls. A lot of lucky duck snorts in this game.
Absolutely. So now a runner aboard for Cam Calvillo. Designated hitter is 1 for 3 today for Walnut Creek. A single, a fly out, and a ground out. Calvillo facing the righty Murillo. 2 seasons at West Hills College. Murillo did not play this spring there. Missed some time with an injury. The first offering to Calvillo. Fastball on the outer third. Strike 1. Murillo sets belt level. Now the 0-1. Ellis with a healthy lead as Calvillo flares this one into right center field, excuse me, but a really speedy play from Dominic Nahar to get there. He's robbed 2 Crawdads now of potential base hits. Matter of fact, that's the second one he's robbed Calvillo of with his speed.
Good defender. Gotta tip your cap.
Absolutely, helps to be really fast at center field. 2 down, 1 on in the bottom of the 7th. Joey Donnelly up to bat for Walnut Creek because they're down by 4. Now Winchell is going to confer with his battery mate Murillo on the hill, as they'll deal with the most dangerous hitter in the Crawdad order. Donnelly 0 for 3 today. Had a 3-game hitting streak entering today, but reached on a fielder's choice in the first, then stole a bag. But after that, a line out and a ground out. The first offering to Donnelly. Swing and a miss. 74-mile-an-hour changeup on the outer third. 0-1 to the recent Fordham commit. Donnelly, one of the newer Rams, spending 4 years with the California Golden Bears. Ellis jumping around at first. The 0-1 breaking ball well outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Donnelly. Alamo native lives just down the street from Monte Vista, but played his high school ball at De La Salle in Walnut Creek. One of the most prestigious high school programs around for baseball. The 1-1 to Donnelly. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-1. Donnelly's such a tough out here in this spot with 2 down. Murillo trying to paint the corners right now. Chris Esquivel playing center field up next, should Donnelly reach safely. Murillo delivers the 2-1. Breaking ball on the outer third. Strike 2 called. Donnelly a .410 average entering today, highest in the league. 20 runs batted in, second on the Crawdads. Now a 2-2 count, he'll have to protect here. Murillo throws back to first. Ellis retreats safely. Still 2-2 at the dish to the former Golden Bear. The 2-2 from Murillo. Off speed, up and away. Full count to Joey Donnelly. Guy who enters today with a 1069 on base percentage, or OPS, excuse me. Along with that .410 average. Murillo with the payoff. Donnelly drives this one into right field, down for a base hit. Ellis rounds second, he'll head to third. The throw in time, and Ellis out by 5 feet. Crawdads had an opportunity, Casey, and they strand them. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Alameda trying to increase the lead right after this. Welcome to the top of the 8th on the Crawdads streaming network. Alameda up to bat, leading by 4. Aiden Toklas, Brendan O'Sullivan, Riley Winchell all up to bat. 4, 5, 6 due up. Cam Krogan on the hill. Relieved Noah Zirkle, got the final 2 outs in the 7th. First offering to him, to Toklas, low and in, ball 1. Krogan allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. He fires in the 1-0, grounded softly over to shortstop. DeFazio collects, throws to Taylor for the out. So now it's O'Sullivan up. 1 out in the top of the 8th. Krogan and the Crawdads trying to hold it close, give the offense another opportunity to get closer. But it's been all Alameda since the 6th inning for the most part. 9 hits, 5 runs for the Merchants. Krogan's first offering to O'Sullivan. 79-mile-an-hour slider on the outer third, strike 1. O'Sullivan, 1 for 2 today. Had a single in that 7th as he takes another strike. 89-mile-an-hour fastball low and away. O'Sullivan was the 2nd man aboard in the top of the 7th. Later scored on the RBI single from Angelo Luna. Well, it's 0-2 now to him. Krogan kicks and fires. Breaking ball on the hands. High fly ball, shallow center field. DeFazio from short, under it, puts it away.
Finally, the weak contact they needed to induce, but you wonder if it's too late.
It's never too late, technically, Casey. Crawdads only down by 4. Should they find a way to hold Alameda to just 5 runs on the day? But that is the task. Now it's Winchell up.
Also, at this rate, like, the offense has just left so many guys on base. You go back to the bases loaded.
First offering to Winchell inside. Appeal to first on the check swing. He went around. Nice inside fastball from Krogan, gets the bite. But yeah, like you mentioned, Casey, Crawdads has stranded 8 runners today on just 5 hits. The 0-1 to Winchell. Fastball at the knee, strike 2. 89-mile-an-hour two-seamer. Krogan has looked really good in this inning after he struggled thanks to the inherited base runners. The 0-2 now from the righty. Strike 3 on the slider, outer third. And Winchell in disbelief. Either way, the Crawdads send him down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Crawdads trying to cut into the 4-run deficit right here on the Walnut Creek streaming network. We're live for the bottom of the 8th on the Crawdads streaming network. Walnut Creek down by 4. What is the heart of the order due up? Chris Esquivel, Cam Taylor, and Zach Justice. Esquivel replacing Jared Medham, who was thrown out earlier in the game. Cam Taylor replaces John Ewens after Ewens was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Both of them will make their first at-bats of the game. Then Zach Justice will trail after them, who's 1 for 3. Esquivel back-to-back games with a single. Also has 3 runs driven in his last 3 games for Walnut Creek, as he takes the first offering from Murillo outside, 1-0. Esquivel, the third former St. Mary's Gale on the Crawdads. Spent 2 seasons there, now on the portal. Takes another off-speed pitch outside, 2-0. Righty Esquivel playing his first game in center field today, replacing Medham, usually a second baseman. Murillo kicks and delivers the 2-0. Esquivel fouls it back. 2-1. San Diego native Esquivel originally went to his hometown University of San Diego school, but then transferred to St. Mary's. We saw limited action. The 2-1 to the righty. Looping breaking ball, called strike 2 on the outer third. Esquivel's played a lot this season for the Crawdads, 20 games, 208 hitter, 5 runs driven in. The 2-2 from Murillo. Breaking ball lined deeply into left field, foul territory though. Out of play. Esquivel just out in front, the guy who's been taking some really good hacks in batting practice of late. Lifted a few over the fence during those periods. Only 2 extra base hits on the season, though, for Walnut Creek. The 2-2. Esquivel pops it up, foul territory on the right side this time, out of play. Esquivel refuses to quit. This one, a crucial at-bat, crucial couple of innings for Walnut Creek, Casey, down by 4.
Absolutely. You need base runners here. You have 6 outs to work with, 4 runs down. Merchant's not totally home free yet, but it's a good situation to be in.
The 2-2 to Esquivel. Swing and a miss. 72-mile-an-hour breaking ball low and away. Technically a drop, strike 3. Winchell picks up, throws it to first in time. Either way, now only 5 outs for the Crawdads to score 4 runs.
And you look at that cleanup spot. Medham started in it, but only 1 walk in 4 total plate appearances with 2 strikeouts. That's not the productivity you need.
No, not at all. Bit of a quiet day there. Now it's Cam Taylor, his first at-bat of the day after relieving Ewens. Taylor, .214 hitter in 17 games for the Crawdads. The first offering to him, fastball below the knees. 1-0. Taylor, 9 runs batted in on the season, 2 extra base hits. As this one driven deep into center field, Nahar running to his left. He'll put the squeeze to it. Quickly 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Crawdads down to just 4 outs.
Yeah, quick outs too, and just a really frustrating game across the board, not just on the field, but the ejections.
Hit by a pitch to Ewens, up and in, hit his face. Definitely a thorn in the Crawdads' side. Either way, here's Justice, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Breaking ball at the knees, strike 1 to him. Justice, a guy who was struggling a bit entering today, 150 hitter in 11 games. But the hit today will raise his average. The 0-1, hard ground ball fouled on the third base line. 0-2. Murillo cruising right now. Entered in the bottom of the 7th. Got a couple of outs. Did allow 2 singles, but Arch is able to throw out Ellis at third. Now the 0-2 to Justice. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2.
Then you look ahead to the next inning. Crawdads have the bottom of the order up. Maybe we'll see some pinch hitters, but not the situation you want to be in.
Definitely not. The 1-2 from Murillo. Justice takes outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good eye there from the backstop for Walnut Creek. Yeah, he's been relatively disciplined this season, Casey. 5 walks to 6 strikeouts. Not a bad ratio at all. The 2-2. Justice drives this one into foul territory on a line, but the third baseman, Dittmar, dives, makes the play. Crawdads retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. We'll head to the top of the 9th. See if the Merchants can extend the 4-run lead. We're back for the top of the 9th on the Crawdads streaming network. Alameda up to bat, leading by 4. New pitcher for Walnut Creek, Braden Barnes, the left-hander formerly of Arizona State, now at New Mexico State. Barnes, one of the better relievers for the Crawdads. He's closed for the majority of the season. 4.02 ERA in 15 2/3 innings, making his 11th appearance today. 3rd in the league in strikeouts, 29. The first offering to the first batter, Dittmar, outside and low, 1-0. Barnes also threw an immaculate inning earlier this season in San Bruno against the Seagulls. The 1-0 to Dittmar, high pop-up in the infield. Taylor on from first. Never mind, Leininger will call it from third, and he's got it. One down in the top of the 9th. Crawdads trying to hold the Merchants scoreless in this one, give themselves an opportunity to score 4 in the bottom of the frame. Now 2 straight lefties due up, Angelo Luna and Jack Bollinger, the first baseman and left fielder for the Merchants. Favorable matchup for Barnes, the lefty hurler. Barnes, an incredible strikeout to walk ratio, 29 Ks to 4 free passes. As there's a strike on the outer third, 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Barnes, former top prospect in the state of Arizona at a high school, as he fires the 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. Tough 3-pitch mix. Nice 2-seam fastball paired with a high 70s slider and a changeup. The 1-1 from Barnes. Swing and a miss. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Luna scrapes his shoes with it. Action in the Merchant bullpen. Zane Baltz warming up, the closer for Alameda. The 1-2 from Barnes, fouled away. Luna gets a piece to stay alive. Still 1-2. Barnes, a returning Crawdad, went 2-1 with a 3.37 ERA last summer. 19 strikeouts and a save, as he was an all-CCL reliever. Trying to earn similar honors here. Putting up a magnificent season. The 1-2, fouled off yet again. Fastball low in the zone. Luna chases, gets it off the end of the barrel. Barnes limited action with the Arizona State Sun Devils. 2 games this spring. 27 ERA in an inning and a third. Was not one of the trusted arms of manager Willie Bloomquist. The 1-2. Slider up in the zone. Grounded over to third. Leininger collects. Luna jogging. He knew he was out. So now there's 2 down in the top of the 9th. The 9-hole hitter Jack Bollinger up. Bollinger 6 games played entering today. 167 hitter, excuse me. He's 1 for 3 though on the day. Had a RBI double in the 7th. As he takes the slider on the outer third, strike 1 called. 80 miles an hour from Barnes. Now the 0-1. Grounded foul on the first base side. 0-2. Barnes continues to be dominant here in this one for Walnut Creek. Trying to hold Alameda scoreless in this inning. 1 strike away from doing so. The 0-2 to Bollinger. Swing and a miss. 91 mile an hour fastball upstairs. Crawdads retire the Merchants 1-2-3. Now they'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Do or die. They need to score 4 right after that. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Crawdads up to bat, down by 4. And they'll face the closer for Alameda, Zane Baltz. Bottom of the order due up. Riley Leininger, Nico DeFazio, and Casey Levy-McGee. Baltz a 4.82 ERA in 8 appearances. Has 1 save in 9 1/3 innings pitched. Facing the lefty Leininger, who was 0 for 1 today. A hit by pitch, a walk, and a pop-up. Baltz sets chest high. The righty kicks and delivers. Fastball jammed Leininger. Grounded over to third. Dittmar collects, throws to first. In time for the out. Leininger with a good effort there. Just not quite in time. Baltz, the Los Medanos College man. Readies. Gonna face the righty Nico DeFazio now, the shortstop. Crawdads only 2 outs left here in this one. They struck first, took the lead in the bottom of the 6th, but then a 5-run top of the 7th for Alameda. Took it right away. The first offering to DeFazio, looping breaking ball, strike 1. DeFazio 0 for 3 today. A strikeout, fielder's choice, and a ground ball. The 0-1 from Baltz. Swing and a miss. 76 mile an hour curveball. Baltz grooving right now. Hangs the arm, shakes off 2 offerings from Winchell. He likes this one though. The 0-2 to DeFazio. Soft ground ball to short, takes a high hop and gets above O'Sullivan. A base hit for Nico DeFazio.
That's very unlucky defensively and keeps the game alive at least for a little bit longer.
Absolutely. Perhaps a bit of a break that the Crawdads need. Now Balls has to work in the stretch against the left-handed Casey Levitt-McGee. Levitt-McGee also 0 for 3 today. 2 flyouts and a ground out. A guy who's got plenty of pop. He showed that in 2 seasons at Laney College. First offering to him. Low fastball, 1-0. Levitt-McGee hitless today against his former team, the Merchants. Played in 27 games for Alameda last summer. 326 hitter there. The 1-0 to Levitt-McGee. Fouled back on the 90-mile-an-hour heater. Levitt-McGee held hitless in his previous 3 games. Last time he had hit was when he went 2 for 3 against the Menlo Park Legends on July 2nd right here at Monte Vista. Very disciplined guy though, 19 walks. The 1-1. Fouled away on the left side, well out of play. 1-2. Walt still cruising. DeFazio over at first. .6'4" righty sets. The 1-2. Looping breaking ball outside. 2-2 to Levitt-McGee. Levitt-McGee, 10 hits on the season, 4 of them for extra bases. He's driven in 9 runs for Walnut Creek. The 2-2 from Baltz. Curveball outside again. Full count. Levitt-McGee would love a hit here. Hit .385 this spring at Laney College, 22 extra bases. The payoff from Baltz. DeFazio goes. Hard ground ball on the left side of the infield. Second baseman Turner collects and throws for the out. That one looked like it had a chance to be a single, Casey, but mighty defensive play from Turner. Crawdads down to their final out now.
Yeah, ranging to his left on the right side of the infield, and just a really big statement by Alameda today defensively. Nahar out in center field, and this team held Walnut Creek in check. Obviously, they have 1 out left, but it's looking like a statement win for the Merchants.
Definitely. Merchants trying to secure their 2nd straight victory. Lineup turns over. Ryan Ellis could be the last batter of the day for Walnut Creek. He's 2 for 3 though. 2 singles, a walk, and a strikeout. DeFazio in scoring position. Crawdads still trailing 4. First offering to the lefty, Ellis. Fastball below the knees. 1-0. Ellis has been moved back into the leadoff spot that he occupied 2 seasons ago for Walnut Creek. Seen some good results. Reached base 3 times today, even though he's hitless in the same spot yesterday. The 1-0 from Baltz. Fastball on the up away corner, 1-1. Ellis held the bat, looked like he wanted to go, but didn't quite trust it. Crawdad second baseman with a practice hack. The 1-1 from the righty. Chopper, short infield, Balls covering first. Luna able to get there, and that'll do it. Alameda wins 5-1 in Monte Vista. And a stunner for the Crawdads, Casey, who had some momentum entering today. Bats held quiet after scoring 19 in the past 2 games.
Yeah, seems like it kind of just all dried out. He kept the same lineup for the most part. Obviously made some changes with the meta ejection, but it's a tough spot to be in if you're the Crawdads, especially back at home. Fans were rallying behind you, but you got to give it to Alameda. They've been very good lately, and they're keeping teams on their toes, even though they're just an affiliate.
Absolutely. So the Crawdads back in action tomorrow against the Menlo Park Legends right here in Monte Vista, 4 p.m. again, and then another game against Menlo Park, this time at their place on Monday, 5 p.m. start. Then the All-Star break for the CCL, where the Crawdads come back to play the Stompers a couple times Friday and Saturday next week. Casey, big takeaway from today heading into the next 2 games against the Legends.
Left too many guys on base. I counted 9 or 10 left on base when it was all said and done, and you just can't have that happen, especially after you capitalized so well yesterday. And really, these past 15 innings or so have been really tough because the Crawdads, most of their offense came yesterday at the beginning of the game.
Absolutely. They weren't able to score early in this one, and that remained. They only scored 1 run on the day. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. We'll be live again tomorrow, same time, same place, against the Menlo Park Legends. For Casey Casliner, Charlie Michelli signing off. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all again tomorrow.